Shabbat Shalom, welcome, come on in. Friends, we begin with the words of tradition, page 5, Shalom Aleichem. We welcome the Shabbat angels. We welcome all of you. Let's welcome each other to the Shabbat experience, page 5, Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Moachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlakim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Sitchem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Friends, we turn to page 11. L'chun Ranana, come let us rejoice. L'chun Ranana, L'Adonai, Nahariya, Letzur Yishreinu, Mafanav, V'Torah. Arba'im Shana Akut Bedor Omar Am Toei Levavhem Vehem Lo Yadu Derachai Asher Nishpati Be'apim Yivuna Menupati. 13, Shir Ladonai. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Hada, Shiru Ladonai, Koharet. Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Basu Milyon, Leyon Yeshuato, Sapru Vagoyim Kevodo, Bechol Ha'amim, Nifleotav, Higadol. Page 14 in the middle of the page, Yismachu Hashamayim. Yismachu Hashamayim. Yismachu Hashamayim. Yismachu Hashamayim. V'tageh haaretz.
ארוס עדי וכל אשר בו, אז ירננו כל עצי הער לפני אדוני קיווה לשפור הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק ועמים באמונתו.
It's page 15. Continue on page 16.
ורזרו על הצדיק ולישרי לב שמחה, שמחו צדיקים באדוני והודו לזכר קודשו.
Page 17 and 18.
לפני אדוני קיווה לשפור הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק ועמים במישרים.
19 and 20. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtakavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtakavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishakavu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishakavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. We rise, page 21. Mizmor leDavid, Havul Adonai b'ne'elim, Havul Adonai kavod na'or. Havul Adonai kivod shemo yishkach, Havul Adonai har kodesh, Kol Adonai hamayim el hakavod yomim. Adonai hamayim rabim, Kol Adonai bakoach. Kol Adonai may be seated. Lecha Dodi, page 23. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala,
B'nei Shabbat Kabla, Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat Kabla.
Shamor Mizachor,
Shamor Mizachor Levivorecha, Tishmiyanu Elam Yuchad, Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad, V'Shemo Kiveh V'Nihila.
Lecha
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat Kabla, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat Kabla.
Likrat Shabbat.
Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki mekor habracha merosh mikene v'suha sof ma'aseh v'machshavat tefillah.
Lecha
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mikabela. V'yikdash melech yemelucha, u'nitzei toch ha'apecha, Ram Lashem pi'em v'kabacha, ve'hu yachamol alaychem.
Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mikabela.
Page 24, Hitnari.
נערים ויפרקוני, לרשיבי תפארתך מי, היד בן ישי בית הלכני, כל אל נפשי אהבה. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mikabela. It'oreri, ki va'orei, u'mi'ori, uri, shida behiri, kevod Adonai alai yikra. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mikabela.
Friends, we rise, bottom of page 25, as we face the entrance and welcome the Shabbat bride. Boi
V'shalom ha'ateret ba'ala, Gam b'simcha u'b'tohala, Toch emunei yam segula, Boi chala, Boi chala.
Lecha
Lecha
Dodi.
Dodi, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mikabela. Lecha Dodi likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat mikabela.
You may be seated, page 27, a song for Shabbat. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat.
Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, Oladorne, Ozamer Shimcha Elyon, Hagiba Bokha Sakad V'Moda.
Continue on page 28.
עוד ינובון בשיבה דשני ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי אשר אדוני צורי ולא עוולה תעמוד. אדוני מלאכי
Page 29.
ראותך נאמן ומאוד לבדך נאווה קודש אדוני לאורך ימים.
Friends, the mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 30 for mourners, those observing a yahrzeit. Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'yalmad Divra Kirutei, V'yamlich Machutei, V'chai Echon, V'yom Echon, V'chayei Dechol Beit Yisrael, V'agala, V'zman Kariv, V'imru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Olmei Olmaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav Ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru, amen. Friends, let's all rise. Return to page 39 for the Baruch Hu.
Baruch hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai Amorach le'olam ba'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
As you may be seated, Baruch atah Adonai Mecholam.
ומעביר יום ומביא לילה ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה אדוני צבאות שמו אל חי וקיים תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוך אתה אדוני אמרי ורבי
Amen. Page 40, Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot,
ומשפטים אותנו לימדת.
Al ken Adonai Eloheinu, b'shofteinu v'kumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, nismach b'divrei Toratecha, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, יומם ולילה.
ואהבתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך והים שמות את הישר לכם בצוותכם היום יישמרו לכם.
Continue on page 42.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Page 43a. And on page 44.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לחנו שירה בשמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם מי כמוך באלים אדוני מי כמוך נדר בקודש מלכותך ראו בניך בוקע ים לפני משה זה לי ענו ויאמרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאה ישראל.
Page 45, Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu Lechayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu Lechayim
Shmor Tzeitzenu. Shmor Tzeitzenu. L'chaim u'shalom me'ata v'Adonai.
Hashkivenu Adonai
Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechayim.
ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ויקלמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Amen. Rise, Vishamru, page 46. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et Hashem
ויתקדש שמי רבה,
אמן.
וילמד דברה קירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון וכידך בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ימרו יהי שמירה במברך לעולם עולמי המיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי לקודשה בריחו לילה מן כה ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בימה בימרו.
Amen. The silent Amidah begins on page 47. You can use the text on the page. We can pray from our hearts. A few moments of silent prayer.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו, ויעל כל ישראל, אמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'Yakol Yisrael. V'yimeru. Amen.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm glad you're here. We're all here for different reasons. Some to celebrate Shabbat, some to come in memory of a loved one, some to say Kaddish, some to form community as an extended family, as an extended community. And we're all here together. So this week we begin reading the book of Exodus, and in our Parshat Shemot, we find the story of the burning bush. Here's how it gets introduced. Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, and he led the flock to the far side of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. And there he came upon a burning bush. So the verse seems simple enough, but nothing is simple in Judaism. It seems simple that a shepherd is guiding his flock through the wilderness and arrives at a mountain. But the Torah's economy of language invites us to ask, what's the connection between tending sheep and the encounter with the divine presence at the burning bush? What's that connection? Why is it so close together? The Midrash in Shemot Rabbah preserves a remarkable teaching that we've studied together before, but I think it's worth repeating now that we're at that parsha. Here's how it goes. One morning when Moses was tending the sheep, one little baby sheep ran away from the flock, and Moses had to make a decision. Do I run after that little sheep, or do I stay here and secure the herd? Moses ran after the little sheep. The baby sheep ran and ran until it reached a pool of water and stopped to drink. And when Moses reached it, he said, "Wow, you ran away because you were thirsty for water. You must be exhausted." He took the baby sheep, placed it on his shoulders, walked back to the herd. And God took notice and declared, "Since you have compassion to lead the flock of Jethro in this way, so shall you attend my sheep, the people of Israel." Moses didn't simply wander to a burning bush. He arrived there because he was chasing a single lost sheep. The burning bush, that defining moment of revelation, wasn't waiting at the crossroads of a well-traveled path. The burning bush was hidden in a ravine, visible only to someone who descended there in pursuit of radical compassion. Moses was presented with a choice, and he chose well. Moses surely could have said to himself, "Why should I risk the whole herd for one little sheep?" He could have weighed the needs of the many against the needs of the one and concluded that efficiency demanded he stay with the larger group. But instead, he ran after the one individual sheep. He descended into the ravine. He found the kid drinking at a pool of water, not lost, simply thirsty, simply seeking what is needed. Then, rather than scold the animal or drag the animal back to the herd, he lifted it gently onto his shoulders and carried it back to safety. The Kotzker Rebbe offers a penetrating insight. Pharaoh dominates the opening chapters of the book of Exodus, and we only see numbers. He said to his people, "Behold, the people of Israel are too many in number, too mighty for us." Pharaoh perceives the Israelites as a demographic problem, a numbers game, a population to be managed, a population to be reduced and controlled. For Pharaoh, individuals disappear into categories. This is the mathematics of apathy. This is the mathematics of tyranny. Moses offers a countermodel where Pharaoh counts, Moses notices. The Torah is teaching us that the one who will ultimately liberate Israel from the house of bondage must first demonstrate the capacity to see the one who has slipped away. In this metaphor, sometimes we're Moses and sometimes we're that little sheep. There are seasons when we're called upon to notice who is missing, to pursue, to descend, reaching out to a friend who has grown distant, reaching out to a member of the community that we haven't seen in a while, a relationship that has frayed. To be a good citizen, to be a Jew, is to be present and to notice the one who is absent. But there are also seasons when we are the one in the ravine. We have wandered. We have wandered from community, from practice, from our own sense of purpose. And the message of this midrash is that we are not forgotten. We are never too far away. Our absence is noticed by the Holy One who counts every creature, who knows every name, who sends shepherds into ravines. Ribono Shel Olam, thank you for your gift of Torah that contains so many paths towards wisdom. In this season of our lives, may we notice who is missing, and may we care enough to pursue. And when we ourselves have wandered into the low places, may we trust that we have not been forgotten, that somewhere a shepherd is counting, noticing our absence. Together we say, Amen, Amen, Amen. Friends, we continue on page 54. Let's rise. Page 54, a Shabbat blessing.
Eloheinu ve'eloi avoteinu, ritzei ritzei v'imnuchatenu, kachenu b'mitzvotecha, v'ten chelkenu b'toratecha, sabenu mituvecha, v'samkenu b'yeshuatecha, v'taher libeinu, v'yovdecha be'emet, v'hangilenu, Adonai Eloheinu, b'yava u'v'ratzon, Shabbat kodshecha, v'yanuchu v'Yisrael, mekadesh shemecha, Baruch ata Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. Yitkadav yitkadash shemei rabba, me'miyom adivra kirute v'yamlich malchute b'chayechonu v'imechonu v'chaydecho bet Yisrael, bagalav izman kariv yimeru.
Amen.
Yehi shmei rabba mivarach, li'alam olam me'almaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitbar v'yitroma v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei chudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tishbchata v'nechamata damiran v'yalma v'yimeru. Amen. Tikabal tzilot hondu v'ad hondecho Yisrael kodam avo hondu v'shmeya v'yimeru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemai v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimeru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimeru.
Amen. Kiddush for Shabbat, page 55.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodesho v'yava u'ratzon inkilanu. Zikaron l'maseh v'reshid, ki hu yom techila l'mikra'i kodesh, zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'karta, yotanu ki מכל ושבע קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
Amen. We continue with Aleinu, page 56.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כנית בכל האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו
ככל המונה, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא,
שהוא
נוטה שמיים
יוסר
ויוסר
הארץ,
ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו
בגבי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת יום בהשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו You may be seated. On this Shabbat, our hearts go out to the families of Eliza Steinberg, Barry Silberg, Doug Bender, and Barbie Wiener. We're observing the yortzites of Gertrude Adler, Ann Berkowitz, Aaron Derman, Dorothea Edmonds, Celia Engelhart, Max Friedman, Judy Ginsburg, Estelle Ginsburg, Max Greenberg, Stephen Hochschild, Nanette Kramer, Ron Kriegsman, Barbara Levine, Ernestina Littman, Trudy Camp, Jack Merkin, Tilly Naftulin, Maluk Sadat, Julian Schneider, Rebecca Sklar de Bialez, Ellen Teller, Edith Levin Tuberville, Nathan Weiner, Molly Wishy, and Katie Wolf. All those observing a yurtzeit, all those in a period of mourning, we ask you to rise. Words of Mourners Kaddish, page 58. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, b'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mivorach le'alam lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. v'yit hadar, v'yit ale, v'yit halal, shemei dekudisha, brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'yimru, amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. You may be seated. We invite you to take a look at the madrich for all of our announcements throughout the week. Here are a couple highlights for you. Tomorrow morning, I invite you to join me in the boardroom for an Exodus class beginning at 8:45. Our traditional services begin in the chapel at 9:30, and our Ruach service begins in the social hall at 10 a.m. Our weekday morning minyan, Sundays at 8:30 in person and on Zoom, and then throughout the week, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. Zoom only. Sunday morning, all of our classes are going. We also have our men's club mitzvah. They do ask everybody to consider coming and donating the gift of life with our men's club January blood drive beginning at 9 a.m. And then at 12:30, our young families are invited to a challah bake, and we ask you to register online after Shabbat on our website. Next weekend, we are hosting and ask you to join us as we welcome President and Dean of Hadar Institute, Rabbi Shai Held, as a scholar in residence. The website has lots more information. If you want to register for Friday night dinner, please do so there. Also that weekend, next Friday night, our young families are invited to mini minyan in the chapel beginning at 5:30. That Saturday morning, we'll be celebrating all of the January birthdays. So if you were born in the month of January, this is your day. Come down and we'll share an aliyah together. Sunday afternoon, our Chazak group will meet and have a special talk presented by our speaker, Dr. Ben Portnoy, beginning at 2 p.m. And then Friday the 23rd, we ask you to join Rabbi Teller and the Ruach singers on the Bima for Friday night Ruach, followed by dancing and singing. And lastly, please join us after services for a sweet kiddush in memory of Doug Bender, sponsored by his wife, Diane.
Milton, do you want to say a few words?
On behalf of the Board of Directors of Bris Shalom, I'd like to welcome all of you here tonight, both family, friends, mourners, new people, old people like myself. Welcome. We really thank you for being here. In the spirit of my brother-in-law, Doug, I figured, why let an opportunity pass to talk about him? So I didn't really prepare any tonight, but again, in the spirit of Doug, I'm just going to spitball it. No per K a vote, but I really want to, on behalf of the board and myself, give my condolences to all mourners here, but especially my sister-in-law, Diane. Oh, hi, honey. How are you doing? Doug was an amazing individual. We were just kind of hitting our stride in our relationship as he came to. This is my lovely family next to me. We don't invite them very much, but they're noisy, much like the rest of the Sheenas and mosques. But Doug would when he was come to visit his mom, would stay with us on the weekends, and we enjoyed his company very much and appreciated him. So I thought maybe I'd just give a few Doug stories. For me, he was a giant in the Florida community, a Jewish community. He was president of not one synagogue, but two synagogues. I've been president here, as you know. I don't know that I would do it somewhere else. But he was always an inspiration to me. I never came up on the Bima to give announcements or to give Rosh Hashanah speeches or Yom Kippur appeals without thinking of Doug, because he was an inspiration. he could do this like no one else. I think his brother Stephen, in his eulogy to Doug last week, hit it well. Doug never met a stranger. He could look across a room and see somebody who may look like they were out of place or visiting or whatever, and he would go chat them up. And after somehow getting their complete life story out of them, he would remember something that somebody told him that he met 4 years ago, and he would put that family together, and suddenly that outsider felt like an insider. And he had an encyclopedia memory of all of these things that he would gather from family, friends, and others. It was amazing. I don't have that gift. Wish I did, but I don't. But one thing that inspired me to want to be more involved at Brit Shalom was a discussion that he and I had early on after I had married Diane's sister, Denise, where I was kvetching about something happening here at Brit Shalom. And Doug turns to me after listening to me for a little bit and matter-of-factly says, "Milton, you're either part of the problem or you're part of the solution. You just need to figure out which side you want to be on." And I think from then on, I decided to try to be part of the solution. Some of you may think I was the problem, but I always tried to be part of the solution. But Doug and Diane together, we're a power couple. They were a magnet for everything good in this world. I mean, together, they were an amazing couple who raised 3 amazing boys, all of them attorneys. They have 3 amazing grandchildren, maybe some on the way, who knows. But one of the things that is particularly funny is Doug had his grandchildren call him Robo. And I don't know how many of you are sports fans, but the Rose Bowl is called the granddaddy of them all. And so he created an acronym for himself where he was Robo because he was the granddaddy of them all. And he never missed, I think, anything that they had. If they needed him to be there, he FaceTimed, I think, with his grandchild in Houston daily. So he was an amazing individual. Everyone is going to miss him so much, and we love him. So thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Diane and our family.
Thank you, Milton. May his memory be for a blessing. Let's rise and we'll conclude our service with the Hatikva.
O Lord, believe apnima nefesh Yehudi homia ufate mizrach kadima ayin lezion Sophia. O Lord, Hatikvatenu, Hatikva b'shnot alpayim, li'otam chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Zion Yerushalayim, li'otam chofshi be'artzenu, Eretz Zion Yerushalayim.
Find someone to bless. We'll bless each other with the priestly benediction. Place a hand on someone's shoulder or arm, and we'll give each other a bracha.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
Yiratzon.
Ya'er Adonai Adonai panav elecha v'yichoneka. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasim lecha shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Welcome back.
Thank you.